Hey guys, welcome to my review of the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is the Verizon model, and I thought we'd just jump in with some of the phone's specs. So powering the actual phone is the quad-core 1.9 GHz Snapdragon processor. It allows the phone to operate very quickly. You can see switching between screens is very quick. It'll go as fast as you want. Going between apps and home screen is all really fast, which is nice. It's very smooth. In addition to the processor, the Galaxy S4 has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. However, one of the great features about this phone, which I'll show you here, is that you can remove the back and you can also expand your storage to up to 64 GB, which, as you can see right here, I've got a micro SD card installed on here, and also you can remove the battery if the battery starts to deteriorate, or if you need extra battery power throughout the day if your phone's not lasting you. You also have the option of changing SIM cards if you want to unlock your phone. The Galaxy S4 has 4G LTE capability, which is always nice for web surfing and stuff on the go. One of the other great features, which you can see I have here, is a wireless charger. This is the Key model. It's very thin and it adds nothing to the phone, so you just use the regular phone back for it, which is always really nice and handy as well. So the Galaxy S4, the actual phone specifications for its size is 5.38 inches straight up and down, 2.75 inches across, and the thickness is about 0.31 inches. The phone is really light. One of the most surprising things about the phone is it actually only weighs about 4.59 ounces, which, like taking it out of the box, it was the first thing I noticed. Even with the battery in it, it's extremely light, but it doesn't feel cheap at the same time. So one thing that this camera does not do justice to the phone is actually the resolution of the screen. The Galaxy S4 has a 5-inch that's going across a diagonal. It's got a 5-inch Super AMOLED display. It's got 1080 by 1920 resolution with about 441 pixels per inch, which is absolutely perfect for playing HD videos. You can't really see it on camera, which is upsetting, but this display is really something amazing. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that Samsung has packed into this phone. At the top you have a notification panel that you can slide down. You can access features like brightness, auto brightness, Wi-Fi, GPS, slide over. You can get to a couple of more. One of the great things about this is Samsung has really packed pretty much everything into this phone, and to access those features, if you take 2 fingers and you slide down the top panel, you can get to all of them. You've got NFC, S-Beam, Smart Pause, Smart Stay, all of those smart features there we'll get into later. One of the cool things about the notification panel, other than accessing all of your icons and stuff, is that if you want to get to your settings, you tap that icon there and it takes you directly to your settings. So you can change whatever you want from here, access lock screen and all that good stuff. One of my favorite features of the Galaxy S4 is actually the multitasking window. And the way we get to that is we slide down, we go to our settings here, and we click multi-window. Now once we do that, a little tab should appear over here. When we slide that out, we get a list of apps. We can change which apps we want to use by hitting edit. And one of the limitations of this is that you can only use it with these apps and no other apps, but the good news is that the list of apps you can use with this are expanding all the time, so who knows, you might be able to use all of your apps with them, or only these select few. But nevertheless, what this does is it allows you to take an app and drag it out onto your home screen. Now say you're watching a YouTube video and you want to take a note on it, you can take S Note and drag it onto the bottom half of the screen. So you can watch your video and at the same time start taking notes or whatever you want to do. This also supports landscape mode, so you can flip your phone and any second. I gotta turn on screen rotate. It supports landscape mode, so you can flip your phone and it'll flip with you. Say you want more S-Note than you do YouTube, just take this little toolbar here and slide it over. Or say you want more YouTube than S-Note, you can slide that over too. It doesn't really matter. And to completely get rid of it, you can just slide your toolbar all the way up to the top. Now obviously the Galaxy S4 operates on Android. Currently the latest version for the Galaxy S4 is Android 4.3. It doesn't have KitKat quite yet, but we're getting there. But one of the coolest things about the Android operating system in general is that you can customize your launchers. Now here I'm on TouchWiz. I have cleared my default, so we'll go TouchWiz just once, and this is what TouchWiz looks like. Before I was using Nova Launcher, which I'll show you here. Nova Launcher. And this is my other home screen. This is what I use. I think Nova Launcher is a great application, and I just love that the Galaxy S4 and Android in general lets you customize your phone like that. Those of you who don't know, which should be all of you actually, is that I came from using an iPhone, which offers pretty much no customization of home screen or anything like that. So to me, this is just probably another one of my favorite features of the phone. One of the great things about the Galaxy S4 is actually the lock screen, not the home screen. If you go to your lock screen, you can actually customize the panels on the home screen. And you can have a home screen apps. Let me go back to that. So basically these are the home screen apps right here, and to get to them quickly you just hold on to one and slide up, and it should take you directly to your camera or whatever you chose. Now one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is the camera. This is an extremely powerful camera. It's got a 13 megapixel camera, which is huge for a phone. That is the rear facing camera, of course, also with a flash. The front facing camera, which is right over here, is about 2 megapixels. And they take amazing HD pictures and videos. One of the cool things is Samsung basically built in Instagram into your phone, so if you guys like using that, you can access a whole bunch of filters on the side over here, along with a bunch of modes right here. You've got auto, night, sports, you can do panorama. This is kind of a cool one. If you take a picture, it'll take a couple of pictures, and if there's anything moving in the background, you can choose to delete it. I've tried it a couple of times. It works pretty well, but it just gives you a bunch of options. I think they did the camera very well. It's not something I use a whole lot, but I really like the way that they've focused this camera and the resolution you'll get out of it. I'm very impressed with it. So now I want to talk to you guys about some of the smart features built into this phone that are unique to the Galaxy S4. One of my favorites, and the one that I use the most, is the Air Scroll. So basically what you can do is wave your hand above the screen and it'll scroll. Right here you can see the sensor that's blinking right here is what you'd use to scroll. With that, that's the proximity sensor, I think. So it'll detect when something is waved over it, and it'll allow you to scroll down or up. And if you're on the internet, you can also change between pages, so you can change which page you're on. It's really helpful. You can use it for other applications. Again, one of the limitations of this is it can only be used for certain applications, the Samsung applications. An easy way to figure them out is to go to your multitasking window and look at what applications you've got here, and that's pretty much all you can use it on. But not all of them, I don't think. I haven't tried it on all of them. I mainly use it on the internet. Another really cool feature is AirView. It allows you to hover your finger over the screen, and then it'll give you this little bubble here that you can move around, and you can read text or look at something before you press it. Clicking things on a mobile device is not always the easiest endeavor, so this makes it a little bit easier, which is nice. Actually, come to think of it, Smart Scroll is not the smart feature I use the most. The one I use the most is actually Smart Stay, which is right here. Basically, as long as you're looking at the screen, it will not turn off. So you can set your screen timeout to 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever you like it to be, but the screen won't time out so long as it detects a face looking at it. That's sort of the same thing that's used with Smart Pause, which I'll show you here. We'll enable Smart Pause and go to, there's a gallery. I'll try and find one of my videos I have here. I don't have very many. Air View is also really great for pictures as well. You can use it to display your pictures if you don't want to spend time clicking on it. You can just hover above and you'll see what it is. So here's a video. Basically, Smart Pause, once you start playing the video, do video player. There we go. Once the video starts playing, it'll recognize that you're looking at it, and when you look away, it'll pause. When you look back at it, it'll play again. It's really one of the coolest things about the Galaxy S4, although I really don't use it a whole lot. I found it to be a little finicky when you're using YouTube with it, although it works sometimes. Maybe it's just my phone. But yeah, I find it to be a little finicky, so to save time, I just used to have this turned off. Smart Scroll is another one of those. Basically, I'll show you what it is here. We'll open up Internet. Smart Scroll, if you're looking at the screen, it'll detect when you're looking at it, and then if you tilt your head down, it'll scroll down automatically. And you tilt your head back up, and it'll scroll up for you. This is another one of those things that I don't really use a lot because I have the Air Scroll thing. So I usually use this, and using them both at the same time is a little redundant. So again, I just usually have Smart Scroll turned off. So one of the things that I'm hoping to accomplish with this review is actually sort of a time review. So this phone is relatively new. It's only a couple weeks old. About 2 weeks old now. And what I want to do is review this phone again in about 3 months or so to show you guys how it's doing and how it keeps up. So if there are people out there that want to buy the phone, if you're on the fence about it, you'll know how it's doing over time. You know, if it starts to slow down, or if things start to break down, or if it breaks, or if anything bad happens to the phone. One of the things I can say is that the phone does heat up a lot right around the camera area. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. Again, you can replace your battery if that starts to affect battery life. You can carry an extra battery with you. They're pretty cheap to get on Amazon. Overall, I would give this phone 5 out of 5 stars. It's perfect to hold in your hand. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. Doesn't feel cheap. And it has a whole lot of features that make day-to-day life really easy. So if there's anyone out there who wants to get the phone, I would highly recommend it. If you're on the fence, stay tuned for another 3 months or so until I post my next review about this phone. But right now, I think it's an amazing phone. It's got a lot of cool features, and yeah, highly recommended. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. If you want to hear about a specific feature of the phone that I didn't mention or forgot to mention, let me know, and I'll update the video or post another video. Also, if you liked the video, if it helped you out, click the like button below, and stay tuned for my next review. Alright, see you guys later.